What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Isn't it just lovely in Yu-Gi-Oh when you don't have to choose the gods? The gods choose you and they will not let you falter. I think you guys are going to see a good example of that, maybe even a great example of that in this first duel. Well, the only duel for this video. And then let's see what we got here. So we got Dino DNA up at the top. Hasselberry would be proud. And it's going to be dueling against Noble Knights, or the Infernal Bull Knights, I guess we should call them. And I believe that Noble Knights are going to go first, and obviously it's a super ridiculously OP deck if it is able to go first. I mainly say that not just because the deck can make, I don't know, anywhere like 4 negations, but in addition to that, it's like one of the only decks in Yu-Gi-Oh that can look at the opponent's hand and just select any card that they want and take it out the hand. They can do this multiple times with Isolde and sending, equips to the graveyard, and then just the Smoke Grenade Thief. It's honestly just nuts. I showed you guys this months ago, and then it eventually started topping in the OCG. Now, ever since Link Cross got banned in the OCG, not so much, but we don't got a Link Cross band in the TCG, so that doesn't really help us much here, because we got all the stuff that you guys are seeing in this play. We got all of it in the TCG, Link Cross included. So you guys will see he's gonna make a Cyframe Lord Omega, which you can technically use to take a card out of your opponent's hand. The problem with that is if you just use Omega and that's it, it's RNG and you don't want that. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still get like 4 negations and stuff like that, so I guess you could say it probably doesn't matter, but you don't want to be playing RNG. You don't want to be randomly selecting a card out of your opponent's hand. Just look at this hand the dinosaur player has. Like, you know what card you want to get rid of. You want to get rid of the Mystic Mind, because that's the only way your opponent could bring this duel to a screeching halt, which would give them the opportunity to get back in the game. And then if all the cards that you negate, the dinosaurs, they all become fodder for Conductor Tyranno, which can clear an entire board. Like, you don't want them to have any way into the game. So he'll take that Omega, he'll load it up into Emperor Charles, which gives him the Omega effect, and then obviously he'll go for some more negations, and that would be Herald of the Arclight. So you got 3 walking negates. You're also going to be able to look at your opponent's hand and take their strongest card out of it and just send it to the graveyard. And then your Charles will also have some protection on it, because why not? Who just doesn't love a very powerful Charles? But this is when the gods choose you. I think that there was probably only one card that could have saved him as a top deck. Maybe you can argue that Dark Ruler No More would have done it, because I think he can combo out with this guy plus Baby Ceresaurus in hand. Usually if they open Baby Ceresaurus plus like another extender, or another play starter, they might be okay. But the gods chose him, and the gods say, we will not let you lose this duel. Also, even though he did Raw Spear mode pretty much his opponent's entire board, his opponent is still easily in a position to win. Raw Spear mode, ever since the Vrains era, we can do stuff with it like Link Summon it away, but I believe the gods also told him that your opponent doesn't play Borosword Dragon, so they can't kill you. Where the Borosword Dragon at, bro? Where is the Borosword Dragon? I mean, math is easy, guys. If he has Borosword Dragon, that is an easy game. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. That's 9,000 damage. GG no re, but sadly, he ain't got no Borosword Dragon, so the gods giving him another edge. Actually, it wouldn't even been 3,000. It would have been 6,600 from the God Phoenix Gearfried. So, okay, he doesn't get the victory there. No problem. Let's see what's going to happen. He is going to go for our little jeweled Croco boy here, and that will be obviously negated. You don't want to let your opponent do that, but the top decks are real. The gods pulling him to victory once again, giving him the Miscellaneous Saurus as the top deck, which basically cancels out the Gearfried, which means he can just pop off and do whatever he wants. And generally, you're going to be trying to put yourself in a position where you can get Conductor Tyranno on field. I'm not sure. I think this was his only non-dino too, was the Spear mode. If you look at the rest of his graveyard, yeah, he had no other dinosaur, so he needed that Spear mode specifically. If it was a Dark Ruler no more, maybe he's not in this position. Anyways, he's going to try to be able, or try to look to get over the Borolo Dragon, which cannot be targeted, but obviously Trishula don't target, and then he will take away his opponent's, I believe that was Phoenix Blade from the graveyard. So yeah, take out the Phoenix Blade, which in the OCG they also don't have. That card got banned, and now he's gonna Trish. But would you look at this? He's still not out of the duel. The Infernable Knight's too resilient. I think he shotgunned this effect a little too quickly, using his only disruptive effect, the Conductor Tyranno. Right here, I feel like he should have probably saved it, because I don't think that this card was going to beat him, the Sublime Knight. This is, I mean, all it is just a one card Isobe Maker. It doesn't really beat him, I don't think. But yeah, now he has God Phoenix Gearfried, and he will obviously take the copy of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and he actually has some armor on top of that. So you're like, okay, Cap, this game is over. This guy is too much attack, too much armor, too much negation. It is a GG no re. All he needs is a little bit of bait, which he ends up getting in the top deck. Top deck's the Oviraptor, which will suck up the Phoenix Gearfried. I was fine with that. I personally would have negated that as well, because if my opponent only has 2 cards, I'm damn sure not gonna let them get Oviraptor, because if nothing else, they might just Dogeron my my Gearfried, and then I just lose it for nothing. So I think he was perfectly fine to negate. I mean, he still has a 3,500 attack monster with armor, so we'll see what happens. But we know that he does have Double Evolution Pill, and that gets him exactly what he needs, especially since he got the Baby Sarasaurus. He can put them both face down, and I think he's going to go Miscellaneous Saurus, and boom. This means that he can get a monster from his deck going to Doka. I mean, he could have went into any rank 4 XC monster, and that would have been it. He could have even went for, actually, I don't think Cowboy would have won. I think he had 1,600 life points, and Cowboy would have been 1,500, but basically, he could have even went for like Tornado Dragon or something like that, and that would have been a wrap. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the duel. Again, sometimes you don't choose the gods choose you, and they weren't gonna let them lose that duel, at least not from what I saw. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.